Alan's open to anything, really. You know, when he gets things wrong, he holds his hands up. Michael, on the other hand, you know, very stubborn in his punditry approach. If he gets things wrong, he never admits it, which is very different to VAR in Scotland, Michael. But they're getting things wrong all the time, and they're holding their hands up all the time now. It's really good.
If you highlight where I got it wrong, Darrell, then I'll be quite happy. But I'm not sure you'd be able to show that.
Come on, just head to social media. I don't need to highlight it. Just head straight to socials. But Michael, what about VAR again? What about Willie? The hands have been held up. A few wrong decisions. As we told you, as just about everyone did on this show, it doesn't look good again, does it, the old VAR review?
No, it certainly doesn't. And, you know, what was it? Probably about October, November time when things started to slide. And I thought, no, they deserve a bit of time to see if it's a trend or whether it was just a blip, because they started the season quite well. It's quite, you know, they deserve credit for that. But unfortunately, it was a trend. It wasn't a blip, and it's, you know, progressively been getting, you know, worse throughout the season. And I think it's like, I mean, regardless of whether it's a referee, a manager, or a player, they've hit a bit of bad form and they've allowed it to really affect them. Yeah. You know, and the form has continued to slide, unfortunately.
I'm slightly tongue-in-cheek because, of course, we don't like to see the mistakes or the kind of admittance that comes after. No, you know, I've had my VAR rants, and when I at least saw that now there's a concession that they were getting things wrong, it makes it a little bit easier, doesn't it? Because at least they're understanding that. But it doesn't make it any easier for the clubs, Alan, clubs like Dundee United, who might think they've been, you know, this has cost them a victory. Of like, you think Celtic at Hibs as well, and we could go on, St Mirren, other cases too. I mean, some of it's been shocking, but it's not a good look. And how do they get it to change now, Alan? Because even some of those referees sitting in the VAR booth must be questioning themselves.
I mean, that's $1 million question. How do you get it right? I mean, there has been too many mistakes, as you rightly say, and it's costing teams big points at a crucial stage of the season. So I don't know what it's going to take. Is it the standard has to get better? So how do you do that? How do you improve them? It's something they're going to have to look at moving forward, because you can't continuously make mistakes and things take so long, and then you just come out and you hold your hands up, but it's not good enough. Teams are losing points over it.
Get Darrell in charge. There we go. That
would be interesting, Michael. I would like to see that, because can you imagine if he made, God forbid, he made a mistake? Could you imagine that?
Listen, I've always said anyway down the years, I do wonder if a fully trained former player, former professional, should also be in the VAR booth. But look, it's a debate.
You claim that's you?
No, I'm not saying me. I'd love to do it, but I'm saying maybe.
Can you imagine the pressure on them?
Maybe someone like Alan. You can't have a former Old Firm player, can you? That would be total chaos. But I do wonder if there's a place for a former player in there, Michael, if they've gone through all the training. Because sometimes you need football common sense as well, don't you, when you're making decisions?
I mean, look, of course there's place for you know, a former player. The thing is, if they've gone through all the training, then it's a perfect balance between understanding the game and then fully trained for the referee's job. But the thing is, there's a reason why it's not happened, because nobody's wanted to go down that route. It's, you know, how would you make that more enticing for a former player to do that? I don't know.
Listen, I think plenty would want it, but you'd have to accept from the refereeing side of things, the SFA as well, that it would be a possibility.
You think there's plenty of players would want that?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, no, I do. Listen, they might not have played at the top level if they've got plenty of money and they don't need the hassle, but there'll be plenty of other players out there.
Imagine the pressure you would be putting on yourself, though, like coming out of football, just retired, and you think, right, what am I going to do? I fancy the VAR shift. Oh, man, the pressure that would come with. You'd be getting hammered week in, week out, no matter what you've done. I mean, that is a
maybe get a couple then. Maybe get a couple. I don't know. Anyway, I can't believe we've come out swinging at VAR again, right? After a Scottish Cup weekend. I can't believe it. I just had to mention it, though, because the errors.
You came out swinging.
He is on a mission to get rid of VAR, isn't he?
I am not sure what to change, but all I know is if it doesn't get better, in the end, it's the clubs that pay for it, and the clubs will not keep on putting their hand in their own pocket if they think it's not getting better. Something will give eventually as we move forward.